You're pulled from your reverie by a sudden clap of thunder, the kind that shakes the very rafters. Lightning splits the sky, revealing a sliver of what must be a very angry moon. Rain begins to drum against the window panes. You look back to the table as a chill wind suddenly swirls around you. The scent of lavender is stronger now, mingling with ozone and something primal, untamed. You can feel the shift in energy, the castle changing. If it were a living thing, its bones would be aching. And yet there's an excitement in the air, like anticipation. A low rumble echoes through the room. Then from the corner of your eye, you see it. A new candle has ignited on the table. Or perhaps it was always there, and you didn't see it before. This one burns with a fierce white flame, casting flickering shadows that dance on the wall behind you. It seems to beckon with an urgency you can't ignore. As you approach, you notice strange symbols seared into the top. Strange, and yet strangely familiar, as if remembered from a half-forgotten dream. The moment your fingertips graze the rough edges, images flood your mind. Fragmented and vivid all at once. You see a man, face obscured by shadow, scribbling furiously on a page. The parchment shimmers with an otherworldly glow. Next to him, a woman with hair like spun. Moonlight weeps silently. She reaches out to him, but her fingers pass through his as if he were made of air. Then everything goes black. The candle flickers wildly, threatening to snuff itself out, and you gasp, stumbling backward. The vision is gone. The only sound, your ragged breathing. The castle is silent once more, still and watchful. As you stare at the dancing flames, your mind races. Who was this man? Why did he write with moonlight? What happened to him? And why did the woman's touch pass through him as if he were a ghost? Questions without answers echoing in the vast emptiness of the library. But somewhere deep within you, a spark of determination ignites. You won't rest until you uncover the secrets hidden within these ancient walls. Tonight, you feel a kinship with the castle, a shared understanding of loss and lingering melancholy. The boundary between your own story and this place's story blurs until they become one. The rain outside grows louder, mimicking the relentless pounding of your heart as you decide to explore further. With newfound purpose, you move away from the table, your gaze sweeping across the library. Endless rows of books offer silent wisdom, their pages whispering tales of ages past. You feel the weight of countless stories pressing against you, urging you to delve deeper into the castle's mysteries. Drawn by an invisible thread, you navigate the labyrinthine shelves until you find a narrow passage concealed behind a tapestry. The faded threads part easily at your touch, revealing a staircase spiraling downward. As you descend, the air grows colder, the scent of lavender more cloying. The stairs creaked ominously, as if warning you to turn back. But curiosity overwhelms your caution. You're determined to uncover whatever secrets lie beneath the library. Each step takes you deeper into the earth, farther away from the comforting glow of the library. The air grows heavy with the scent of damp stone and decay. When you finally reach the bottom, you find yourself in a subterranean chamber, dimly lit by phosphorescent fungi clinging to the walls. In the center, an ornately carved stone table dominates the room, its surface covered in arcane symbols. As you circle the table, you notice intricate patterns etched into its surface, forming a complex design that seems to shift and change as you move around it. These symbols resonate with the ones you saw in the candle earlier, weaving together a tapestry of meaning you can't quite grasp. And then your eyes catch a glint of metal beneath the table. Brushing aside a curtain of hanging roots, you find a small iron box secured with a rusted padlock. With shaking hands, you try the lock, surprised to find it already open. Inside, nestled on a bed of velvet, lies a single key. Its shape is unlike any key you've seen, archaic and delicate, as if from another time. The headpiece resembles a crescent moon intertwined with a single star. An inexplicable pull draws you toward it, a feeling of homecoming. As you slip the key into your pocket, you feel an electric jolt course through your arm. The chamber vibrates around you, and the fungi on the walls flare brightly, bathing the room in an eerie green light. Whatever magic slumbered here stirs, awakening with your touch. It reaches out to you through the ancient symbols, beckoning you to unlock the secrets it holds. Now, adventurer, the choice is yours. Will you follow the path illuminated by the key, venturing deeper into the castle's mysteries, or will you seek other clues, exploring the vast expanse of the castle library? Your decision will shape your journey. What will you do? To make your choice, comment below with either follow the key or search the library. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thrilling adventures. Your story awaits. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad you're here today because we have such an incredible prompt to explore together. Let me read it for you. You stand quietly in a library. The air is still, your breath matching the rhythm of the flickering candle flames. Each little glow feels alive, as though it watches, as though it waits. You walk slowly across the stone floor. Your steps make the softest echoes, barely disturbing the hush of the library's breath. And then, you feel it. A faint shift in the air near your cheek, like someone just whispered your name from behind. Only no one is there. Just the shelves, the glowing candles, and a small wooden door you hadn't noticed before. It's half open, and the glow of candlelight pours through its crack, warm and golden, like sunlight trapped in amber. You step through. I want to spend a little bit more time unpacking the opening part of this prompt, so I encourage you to pause the video if you want to draw along with me. When I started reading the prompt, I knew I wanted to focus on the feeling of stillness and quiet anticipation. I chose to draw the character in a pose that would help establish that, standing very still, while observing the flicker of the candle flames. The gesture of the arms kind of emphasizes this stillness. I also thought about how light would fall across the character's face, bringing attention to the eyes and the expression. We don't want to forget about those flickering flames. They play a big role in the scene and also foreshadow an important theme. Flames, as symbols of memories or souls, are going to be repeated throughout the story. So take note of them as you're drawing, the way they interact with the darkness in the room and on the character's face can tell us a lot about the atmosphere of the piece. As always, I'm breaking down this scene into shapes and forms, trying to keep the initial strokes loose and spontaneous. We're laying the foundation here. These shapes will help me build out the details later. At this stage, I'm looking at values and where the light is hitting the subject. How does that light contrast with the surrounding shadows? Using some basic shapes, I can get the essence of the character down on the page without getting bogged down in details. We'll fill in the dress later. I'll worry about the wrinkles and folds after I've got the overall shape established. Once I'm happy with the proportions and general flow of the design, I can start to add some detail. For example, I'll define the shapes of the collar and the sleeves. With just a few simple marks, we can really capture the essence of the dress and its texture. Now I'm going to do a quick sketch of the background. I want to keep it simple and just suggest the surroundings, rather than getting too caught up in every little detail of the library. In this case, less is more. Now I'm going to go back to the character and start adding in some finer details. I'll add some folds to the dress, some ruffles around the collar, and some lace on the arms and the wrists. These details help bring the character to life and make her feel more three-dimensional. We want to show that the character is not just a static image, but a living, breathing person with movement and life. Adding these details helps the viewer connect with the character on a more emotional level. In addition to the details on the dress, I'm also going to work on the character's face and hair. I want to capture her expression and the way her hair frames her face. I'll add some subtle highlights to her hair, emphasizing its texture and shine. And finally, I'll add some finishing touches to her face, defining her features and giving her a sense of depth. Once I'm happy with the details on the character, I'll move on to the background. I'll add some subtle lighting effects to the bookshelves and the candles, creating a sense of depth and atmosphere. The lighting should match what we've already established for the character, keeping that same contrast between light and shadow. The final step for me is to add color. I usually like to work with a limited palette of colors and rely on the value contrast to bring the piece to life. In this case, I'll use purples and blues to create a cool, calm atmosphere. I'll add some touches of warmer colors to the candles and the character's skin tones, creating a sense of balance and visual interest. If you'd like to try drawing this piece yourself, I highly recommend experimenting with different types of paper. Paper can completely change the look and feel of your final piece. Take a look at the results you can get with watercolor paper versus hot press paper. You can even try using colored pencils on Bristol board for a unique effect. So have fun, experiment, and let the magic of art unfold before your eyes. When the castle begins to reveal its secrets to you, you realize it's not just a building made of stone and mortar. The castle breathes, stirs, listens. It's alive, all thanks to the magic woven into its very core by the keepers who've walked before you. Magic that speaks to you in the rustle of leaves, the babble of brooks, the murmur of voices on the wind. This castle is like a grand old tree. Its roots run deep, holding stories, memories, emotions, secrets, dreams, all whispering tales from times gone by. This place is brimming with history, and that's why it's up to you to become a new chapter in its saga. It's time to delve deeper into this mysterious world. Think about what kind of artwork would best represent the transition from the library to the hidden chamber. Is it a dramatic shift in tone and color? Perhaps a change in perspective or composition? Use your art to express the wonder and mystery of the moment. If you want to incorporate elements of surprise or suspense, consider using dramatic lighting, unexpected color choices, or unusual camera angles. How can you use your artistic style to emphasize the magical or mystical aspects of the scene? Think about using symbolism, patterns, or motifs to create a sense of continuity and connection between the two scenes. Remember, your artwork is a visual story in itself, so use every tool at your disposal to create a seamless and enchanting transition that will pull your audience deeper into the narrative. Hey, I hope that was helpful and inspiring. And please remember to share your art using the hashtag provided. I can't wait to see what you create. And to everyone who watched until the end, thank you for being an incredible listener. May the magic of creativity guide your brush, and may your stories continue to captivate. Until next time, keep listening, keep creating, and never stop believing in the power of your imagination. I'll see you soon. What kind of stories do you hold inside? Are they whispered in the rustle of leaves, hidden in the mist and mountains, or sung by the wind through ancient trees? Well, today we're gathering around the flickering flames of imagination and sharing some magical tales. Oh, my friends, I have been waiting for you. So glad you could make it. Come in, pull up a seat by the fire. Help yourself to some cocoa or cider. Grab a blanket if you'd like. Oh, and don't worry about those shadowy creatures skulking outside. The magic here keeps them away. They fear the power of storytelling. And we have so much magic inside. Oh yes, our first story is a tale of moonlit hunts and restless spirits. Listen closely. While you journey through the forest, do not stray too far from the path. Do not stop to question the rustling leaves or answer the beckoning voices, for the forest holds many secrets, and some are best left undisturbed. Let us begin. Our hero was a hunter, strong and swift, with eyes keen as a hawk, and a heart as steady as the North Star. But even he was not prepared for what he would find that night. As darkness fell, he felt an unnerving chill despite the summer night, and the shadows in the trees took on menacing shapes. Then he heard it, a blood-curdling howl that seemed to rip through his very bones. Startled, the hunter paused. Was it wolf or something more sinister? Curiosity gnawed at him, urging him to investigate, but his better judgment screamed at him to flee. Yet he pressed on, his every sense on high alert. Suddenly, the trees thinned, revealing a clearing bathed in an eerie, otherworldly glow, and there before him stood a majestic stag, its antlers crowned, with an ethereal light that pulsed with otherworldly energy. Mesmerized, the hunter raised his bow, his quarry unlike any he had ever seen. With a silent prayer, he loosed his arrow, but it passed straight through the stag as if it were a phantom. Astonished and somewhat alarmed, the hunter stepped back. Then the stag lowered its head, regarding him with eyes that burned like molten gold. It let out a mournful cry and vanished. He was alone again. The clearing now shrouded in darkness and deathly silence. Disheartened, he turned to go, but stumbled upon something that made him freeze. Imprinted in the soft earth was the unmistakable shape of a human heart. Fear tightened its grip around his heart as realization dawned on him. He had stumbled upon a hidden glade where fire and mortals intersected, and whatever rules applied here, they were not his to comprehend. With newfound respect and a touch of fear, he decided to leave this place untouched, knowing that some mysteries are best left unsolved. And oh, how the creature within this story longs for someone to understand its sadness. Would you help it? Well, maybe our next story will help. Now gather closer, my friends, for the secrets of time and dreams. Let me tell you, in the realm of Everglades, where time flowed like water and dreams brushed against reality, lived a young weaver named Alara. Days she wove tapestries of vibrant hues, each thread a whisper of a story. But her nights were haunted by strange and vivid dreams. She would fly over landscapes that shifted and changed, chased by figures, with faces obscured by shadows. These nocturnal escapades left her exhausted and confused. One evening, seeking solace, she confided in an old woman rumored to possess wisdom older than time itself. The woman, after a thoughtful pause, spoke in a voice like rustling leaves. "Your dreams are echoes from another time, another life," she said. "There is a truth hidden within them that you must uncover." Intrigued and desperate for answers, Alara sought the woman's aid. Together, they embarked on a journey to unravel the mysteries of the Everglades, where the boundaries between past, present, and future blurred. Guided by cryptic clues woven into Alara's dreams, they navigated mazes of whispering corridors and gardens that shifted with each passing moment. Finally, they arrived at a magnificent palace bathed in an ethereal glow. Recognizing it from her dreams, Alara felt a surge of hope. Maybe here she would find the answers she so desperately sought. What secrets awaited them within those echoing halls? How would they change Alara's destiny? And would she remember who she truly is? Well, my friends, those questions and more will be answered in the next chapter of our tale. Now, isn't that an exciting story? Who do you think this mysterious character might be? Well, let me know down in the comments. And while you're at it, why not share your own thoughts on the story? How do you think it turned out? And what direction do you want to see it take next? We all love to hear your thoughts. Meanwhile, our third story takes us to a world where courage is tested and loyalties are challenged. Join us as we dive into the tale of Sir Gareth, a young knight whose bravery knows no bounds. On a perilous quest, Sir Gareth must confront not only fearsome beasts, but also his own inner demons. Will he emerge victorious or succumb to the shadows within? Let's find out. Sir Gareth rode forth, a knight-errant seeking adventure. But little did he know that fate had a harrowing test in store for him. When an urgent call reached him, he set off to the besieged city of led by the tyrannical warlord. Morgoth the Shadow had fallen over Eldoria. Hope dwindled with each passing day. But the arrival of Sir Gareth sparked a flicker of optimism. As he entered the fray, he found himself face to face with Lord Morgoth. Their blades clashed in a deadly dance. Sir Gareth, agile and valiant, held his ground against the seemingly invincible warlord. But Morgoth, cloaked in dark sorcery, proved relentless. Despite the odds, Sir Gareth fought on, driven by an unwavering sense of justice. He sliced through ranks of enemies, rescuing villagers and reigniting hope. His valor was a beacon in the encroaching darkness. Yet Morgoth, fueled by dark magic, was a force to be reckoned with. As the battle raged, Sir Gareth realized that defeating this evil would require more than just brute strength. He needed wisdom and strategy. Now, with the fate of Eldoria hanging in the balance, Sir Gareth devised a plan. He baited Morgoth into a trap, exploiting his arrogance and thirst for power. Finally, with a decisive move, he shattered Morgoth's dark amulet, the source of his powers. The warlord, stripped of his sorcery, was no match for Sir Gareth's righteous fury. With Morgoth vanquished, darkness lifted from cheers erupted as the villagers reclaimed their city. Sir Gareth, hailed as a hero, had proven that courage and conviction could triumph over even the deepest shadows. He had saved Eldoria, but his journey of self-discovery had just begun. And my friends, these stories are just beginning. The forest holds many more secrets, and Sir Gareth's adventures are far from over. But before we continue our journey, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us around the magical campfire of our show. We pour our hearts into bringing these tales to life, and your support means the world to us. So to everyone who watches, likes, comments, and shares our stories, you are the true magic in our show. Thank you for making it all possible. Oh, look, a shooting star. Make a wish, my friends. Remember the shooting star. Oh, and while you're at it, why not send us a super thanks? It's a quick and easy way to show us some extra love and support our work. We really appreciate it. And hey, if you haven't already subscribed, now's the perfect time. Clicking that subscribe button means you'll never miss out on any of our enchanted tales. So let's keep the magic going. Our next story will take us to a land where science and fantasy intertwine. Brace yourself for an adventure that will challenge your perception of reality. And who knows, you might just discover a little bit more about yourself along the way. Don't miss it. The scroll ends, leaving you standing in the soft glow of the final chamber. For a moment, you take in the lighthouse room, feeling its steady warmth and the reassuring pulse of the castle beneath your feet. But the moment is broken by a gentle chime echoing from above. The spiral in the sky shifts, drawing your gaze upward. It's changing. It's becoming a staircase. And as it descends, it reveals a figure silhouetted against the starlight. A woman cloaked in silver, her hood pulled low, revealing a face that seems both ancient and eternally young. Her eyes, pools of starlight, hold an ageless wisdom. You have reached the end of the scroll's path, she says, her voice like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. What brings you to the heart of the Everman Castle? Her gaze is kind, yet her question echoes with an ancient power. How do you respond? What brings you to the Evermind Castle? Well, that's up to you, dear listener. Perhaps you came seeking sanctuary, a refuge from a world that felt too chaotic or unkind. Maybe you were led here by a whispered legend, tales of the Evermind Castle, resonating deep within your soul. Or maybe the castle found you in your moments of greatest need, its silent call, echoing the unspoken longings of your heart. Whatever your reason for coming, know that it was a worthy one. For the Evermind Castle welcomes all who seek solace or understanding, offering them a sanctuary where memories reside and stories find their echoes. Tell me, dear listener, what has brought you to the threshold of the Evermind Castle? Perhaps it was the allure of the unknown, the whispered legends of a castle existing beyond the veil of reality, accessible only to those who dared to believe. Or maybe it was a desperate search for answers, a yearning for guidance in the labyrinth of life. Whatever your motivation, you followed the ancient path, each step leading you deeper into the embrace of the Evermind Castle, closer to this enigmatic woman cloaked in starlight. She waits patiently, her presence a beacon of tranquility amidst the swirling thoughts within you. When you're ready, you can share your story. But if you prefer to stay silent, she will respect that too. The moment stretches, pregnant with possibility and the echo of untold stories, as the spiral staircase retreats back into the night sky, solidifying into a constellation. The woman in silver gestures towards the endless expanse of stars beyond the glass walls. The castle holds countless stories, she says softly, her gaze sweeping across the constellations, each reflecting a piece of the universe's grand tapestry. She turns back to you, her eyes twinkling with understanding. Will you share yours? Or would you like to listen to a tale from the castle's vast library? And now, dear listener, I ask you, what do you do? Do you choose to share your story? To pour out the hopes, dreams, and heartbreaks that have shaped you into the person you are today? Or do you opt to listen, to draw wisdom and solace from the echoes of other tales within the Evermind Castle? Perhaps you feel drawn to both, eager to contribute your story to the castle's grand narrative, while also opening yourself to the healing power of others' experiences. The choice, dear listener, is entirely yours. Let your intuition guide you, For every path from here will lead to a deeper understanding, a richer connection with the Evermind Castle and its enigmatic guardian. Now, dear listener, I invite you to pause for a moment, close your eyes, and envision yourself within the heart of the Evermind Castle. Feel the gentle warmth of the guardianess flame on your skin, and the steady pulse of the castle beneath your feet. In this moment of quiet contemplation, I want to ask you a simple yet profound question. If you could whisper a wish into the Evermind Castle's vast, echoing halls, what would that wish be? Perhaps it's a longing for inner peace, a yearning for clarity in life's labyrinthine paths, or a desire to leave the world a better place than you found it. Maybe it's something deeply personal, a dream tucked away for safekeeping, or a hope that's been whispering on the wind. Whatever your wish may be, hold it gently in your heart as we continue our journey through the Evermind Castle. For in sharing your desires, even silently, you become part of the castle's grand narrative, weaving your hopes and dreams into the very fabric of this timeless tale. As you stand within the lighthouse room of the Evermind Castle, you can choose to either share your story or listen to one from the castle's past. If you decide to share your story, the woman in silver will guide you through a series of reflective questions, helping you to uncover the moments, memories, and emotions that have shaped you. She won't judge nor interrupt, simply listening with an open heart and understanding gaze. Once you've shared, she might offer insights or connections you hadn't considered, helping you see your story from new perspectives. On the other hand, if you choose to listen, the woman in silver will weave a tale from the castle's vast library of memories. These stories, though from a bygone era, often hold timeless wisdom and resonate with universal human experiences. As she narrates, the room might transform subtly, each story leaving its own unique imprint on the space, until, as the tale ends, the room returns to its original state, ready for you to make your next choice or move forward on the castle's path. Now, dear listener, I want to invite you into the role of storyteller. If you've chosen to share your story, I encourage you to describe your memories, dreams, and heartbreaks in vivid detail, letting your emotions flow through your words. If you've chosen to listen, I want you to fully immerse yourself in the tale, feeling the emotions of the characters, and allowing the story to wash over you like waves on a sandy shore. Let the tale unfold, and remember, there are no wrong choices here. Did you know there's a certain deeper understanding, stillness, growth, not the kind of stillness where nothing moves, but the kind of stillness where everything is in motion, even the stars? You find yourself in a grand hall. Above, the spiral of stars in the glass dome continues to turn, each loop and swirl a silent symphony. The rhythmic crash of waves echoes from somewhere far below. Somewhere closer, the wind sighs through unseen halls, whispering tales of ages past. And yet, in the heart of all this sound, there is a profound peace. The ancient guardian's flame flickers at the end of this hall, casting dancing shadows on the walls. It beckons you closer, promising warmth and secrets. You step forward, drawn to its embrace. As you approach, the stories etched into the stone walls come alive. Visions of knights in shining armor, their deeds of valor flashing before your eyes. You see them jousting in the courtyard, hear the clang of their swords against shields. Then you glimpse the faces of those who lived here long ago, their joys and sorrows echoing through the corridors of time. And all the while, the guardian's flame burns steadily, a silent witness to the castle's rich history. In the center of the hall, a single white rose blooms on a gnarled and ancient tree, its petals unfurling slowly, revealing a heart of purest gold. You reach out to touch it, and as your fingers brush against the velvety softness, a surge of energy courses through you. You don't understand it, but it feels like coming home. For a moment, the past and present intertwine. You feel the weight of the castle's history upon your shoulders, but also its unwavering strength. The rose shimmers and fades, leaving behind a gentle breeze that carries the scent of 1,000 blooms. The visions on the walls grow fainter, the sounds of the past receding into whispers. As the guardian's flame flickers, It seems to beckon you onward, deeper into the heart of the castle. With a mix of curiosity and trepidation, you follow its silent call, stepping into the shadows and embracing the unknown. What paths will you choose to walk? What stories will you uncover next? Will you unravel the mysteries of the rose in the ancient tree? Will you explore the winding halls and chambers of the castle? All of these choices are yours to make. What do you do? Deep within the castle, tucked away from prying eyes, lies a library filled with ancient lore. Towering bookshelves stretched towards the vaulted ceiling, holding countless volumes bound in leather, velvet, and gold. The scent of aged paper and parchment hangs heavy in the air, mingling with the faintest hint of cinnamon and clove. You wander between the rows upon rows of books, each one a portal to another world. Some tell of valiant heroes and mythical creatures, while others delve into the secrets of the arcane and the mysteries of the universe. You run your fingers along the spines, feeling the weight of centuries in your fingertips, and as you do, a deep sense of tranquility washes over you. Suddenly, your gaze falls upon a book unlike the others, bound in simple gray leather. It seems to pulse with a faint inner light, drawn to its enigmatic aura. You pull it from the shelf. As your fingers touch the cover, a jolt of energy surges through you, stirring memories you didn't know you had. You open the book, revealing pages filled with flowing script and intricate diagrams. The script seems to shift and change as you read, revealing secrets known only to the most studious scholars. The diagrams, however, captivate you the most. They twist and turn, forming patterns that resonate deep within your soul. As you study them, a sense of clarity washes over you. The patterns mirror the emotions churning within, bringing order to the chaos. You realize this book is no ordinary tome. It's a grimoire, a keeper of powerful magic, and as you continue to delve into its secrets, you feel your understanding of the world expand. The library itself seems to stir, the very essence of learning and wisdom awakening. The books on the shelves glow faintly, their pages rustling in an ancient tongue. You are at the center of a universe of knowledge, and the secrets held within this grimoire are just beginning to unfold. Lost in the labyrinth of the castle, you stumble upon a hidden passage concealed behind a tapestry. Curiosity piqued, you pull the tapestry aside, revealing a narrow staircase spiraling downwards into darkness. The air grows colder as you descend, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and distant rain. At the bottom of the stairs, you find yourself in a subterranean grotto, illuminated by an ethereal blue light. Stalactites hang from the vaulted ceiling like jagged teeth, while crystal-clear water trickles down their sides. The walls are covered in moss and lichen, and strange fungi bloom in vibrant hues. And in the center of the grotto, a single pool of water glows with otherworldly rays. Drawn to its hypnotic beauty, you approach the pool and kneel beside it. As you gaze into its depths, you see not water, but a swirling vortex of pure energy. It calls to you, promising untold power and forbidden knowledge. But there's a catch. To harness this energy, you must let go of something precious to you. A memory, a dream, a hope. The choice is yours, and the consequences dire. For whatever you relinquish will be gone forever. Do you dare make the sacrifice? And if so, what will you give up? As the glow intensifies, the walls of the grotto shimmer, revealing a hidden entrance. Hope flickers within you. Perhaps there's a way out of this subterranean labyrinth. With cautious steps, you move forward, entering the newly revealed passage. The air grows warmer, the sound of rushing water echoing around you. Suddenly, the tunnel opens up into a cavern filled with cascading waterfalls and lush vegetation. Sunlight streams through cracks in the ceiling, illuminating a hidden oasis teeming with life. Exotic plants and flowers bloom in vibrant colors, while birds with iridescent plumage flit among the branches of ancient trees. The very air vibrates with magical energy, promising renewal and rebirth. Could this be the sanctuary you're seeking? A place to heal, to grow, to rediscover your strength. Or is there something more to this hidden paradise? What secrets does it hold? And how will they impact your journey? Deep within the castle, tucked away in a secluded tower, lies a greenhouse, bathed in the warm glow of morning sunlight. Inside, exotic plants from distant lands thrive, their vibrant blossoms filling the air with intoxicating fragrance. You wander through the maze of foliage, marveling at the variety of flora. Some are delicate and graceful, while others bold and imposing. Each one seems to hum with a subtle energy, as if alive with magic. As you explore further, you notice a single chair nestled amidst the greenery. It's crafted from polished wood and adorned with cushions of the finest silk, drawn to its inviting presence. You take a seat and close your eyes, and that's when it happens. The plants around you begin to stir, tendrils reach out, flowers unfurl, and leaves rustle excitedly. They whisper stories of far-off lands, of ancient wisdom and forgotten magic. You feel a connection to these living beings, a sense of unity with the natural world. The greenhouse itself seems to awaken, its walls dissolving to reveal a breathtaking vista. Before you stretches a vast and tranquil landscape, rolling hills, sparkling rivers, and ancient forests. In the distance, you see a majestic waterfall plunging down a sheer rock face, its spray creating a shimmering rainbow. This place is a sanctuary, a refuge from the turmoil of the outside world. You can stay here forever, enveloped in the healing embrace of nature and the whispers of ancient trees. What do? And so your journey through the mystical castle reaches its end. You've walked its hallowed halls, explored its hidden depths, and uncovered its secrets. But now it's time to say goodbye. The Guardian's flame flickers warmly, casting long shadows on the walls. The stars beyond the glass dome twirl serenely, marking the passage of time. You feel a deep sense of peace, knowing you've found solace within these ancient stones. But the world beyond awaits, and you carry the castle's wisdom and magic within you. As you leave, the castle doesn't bid you farewell with words, seeker, but with feelings. The Guardian's gratitude for your presence warmly beside you, fondness casting for your journey, shadows and on above the stone walls. Love, rest has been hard, that echoes through the halls, and well deserved. Long after you're gone, as you wake from joining me on this adventure, the castle stirs around you. The magic of the castle live on in your heart, in this ancient place. That what whispers can you hear? If you would like to explore those questions further, consider signing up for our experimental program. We call it Beneath the Guardian's Flame. You rest beneath the Guardian's flame. You rest, but the castle, wise and ancient, still has more to reveal. As your eyes close deeper into the soft dark, you feel a quiet stirring, not in your body, but in your spirit. A gentle nudge like a dream that's waiting to be dreamed. And just like that, you are walking again. But this time, not by foot. You're gliding, as though the air beneath you carries your weight like silk. You drift down a long, spiraling hallway. Its walls are covered in faded frescoes, golden lions leaping over silver rivers, maidens with lanterns dancing through moonlit forests, and castles within castles, each smaller than the last, each echoing into forever. You notice now that you're not alone. Tiny lights float beside you, not fireflies this time, but tiny flickering motes of memory. Each one contains a whisper from someone who once walked this castle. You lean toward one. I remember the smell of rosemary from the kitchen window. Another drifts by. She touched my hand before the battle began. And one more. I never thought I'd find peace in a place built of stone. These whispers surround you like a lullaby of lives once lived. You don't know these people, but somehow you do. Their peace is your peace. The hallway ends in a domed chamber, round and full of echoes. In its center is a mirror, but unlike any you've seen before. It ripples softly like water, yet reflects like polished silver. The frame is etched with words you don't need to read to understand. Here, you will see what cannot be spoken. You take a breath and step before it. Your reflection forms slowly, but it's not just your face, it's your essence. You see your laughter, your fears, the way you once danced as a child when no one was watching. You see your gentleness, your exhaustion, the weight you carry and never speak of. The mirror shows it all. Not to judge, but to honor. You are whole, it seems to say. Even in pieces, tears may come here. That's okay. This castle holds them all like starlight in a goblet. You stand a while longer, watching not just yourself, but everyone you've ever been. When you finally turn away, the chamber sighs. Not sadly, just softly. It, too, understands. A small door appears near the base of the dome. It leads downward. The stone steps are warm beneath your feet, as if the very foundation of the castle is alive, breathing, humming. Old as mountain roots, this staircase curves like a nautilus shell, deeper and deeper into the earth's memory. With every step, the air grows more still, but not heavy, just still. Time does not live here. Only truth does. At last, you reach the heart chamber, the deepest place in the old castle. The walls pulse faintly, not with light, but with memory. Here, the castle's secret waits. It has waited a long, long time. You approach the center. A stone pedestal rises from the floor, and upon it rests a sealed jar. Inside, a single flame, bright and blue and impossibly steady. The flame watches you, not with eyes, but with knowing, and then softly, so softly, it speaks. You are the last. You are the keeper now. You understand without needing explanation. This flame is the soul of the castle, not a ghost, not a spell, but a memory so ancient, so deeply cherished, that it needed form to continue existing. It chose to wait for someone like you, someone gentle, someone who remembers things others forget, someone who listens to silence and hears its song. You kneel. The flame flares softly in response, not to burn, but to bless. And from it, a final whisper. This place is not just old, it is alive. Because you remember. You lift the jar carefully. It's weightless, like breath, like peace. You carry it up, through the spiral stairs, past the mirror that now shows only soft light, past the frescoes that now dance in full color. You return to the guardian's room. The flame you carried joins the one in the center. They merge, quietly, perfectly. And then the castle exhales. Every stone seems to sigh in harmony, as if something lost has been restored. You lie down once more, wrapped in a hush. The walls of the room pulse with soft light. The shelves whisper gently. The stars lean closer to the glass dome, watching with kind eyes. Your journey, for now, is complete. And sleep is just the next door to open. Your own memories flicker like flames. How do they shape who you are? What stories have you carried, both willingly and not, that define your essence? And how do you hope they will be remembered after you are gone? The Castle of Echoes gives voice to the fragments of memory, and lets us choose which ones to cherish, which ones to let go of, and which ones to carry with us, always. Now, dear seeker, it's your turn to share. What memories do you hold close? What do you hope will be remembered about you? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Or if you prefer to stay anonymous, send us a message directly. Your reflections may even find their way into future episodes, inspiring new stories within the Castle of Echoes. Ascend to the peaks of Mount Celesta and witness the breathtaking sight of the reformed guardian flame flickering beside you. Calm/quiet and whole, its ethereal glow bathes the chamber in a warm light, allowing you to truly feel the power surging through its depths. The air crackles with raw energy, yet there's an underlying sense of tranquility that washes over you, calming your very essence. And then something profound happens. As you lie there, simply observing the majestic dance of the flames, you begin to notice subtle changes in its rhythm. Faint whispers, carried on the currents of heat, seem to brush against your ears, carrying fragments of forgotten tea. The castle itself appears to shift, not in any dramatic way, but in the hushed pauses between breaths, in the subtle creaking of the ancient stones. The castle is sharing more than before, not just with you, but through you. It speaks in rustles, in the shifting of the stone, in the hush between breaths. You are the listener now, the dreamer, the bridge between past and peace. And as the warmth of the chamber cradles you, the castle begins to whisper one final gift. A story, older than even the castle walls. Close your eyes, if they aren't closed already, and hear the flame beneath the lake. Long before the castle rose from the stone, before its towers reached toward the stars, the land beneath it was wild and untamed. There was a lake, hidden deep within a pine forest, its surface so still that it mirrored the moon with perfect clarity. The villagers spoke of a light that sometimes danced beneath its surface, a gentle flicker, blue and gold, like fire that refused to drown. No one knew where it came from. Some said it was the breath of the mountain. Others whispered of a fallen star that had chosen the lake as its resting place. But the oldest among them, the ones who spoke only in riddles, said it was a memory too powerful to die. And so it slept, wrapped in water and moss, dreaming quietly through the centuries, until a little girl named Ellen wandered too far from her village one twilight. She followed the sound of a hummingbird's soft, musical. Barely there, she found herself at the lake's edge, and there, the flame beneath the water stirred. It rose slowly, as though drawn by her wonder. Ellen, eyes wide, reached toward the surface, and the flame, impossibly, rose to meet her hand. It did not burn. It understood. In that moment, Ellen felt the memories of 100 lifetimes wash through her, not as visions, but as feelings, the bravery of someone who faced a storm to protect a friend, the sorrow of a mother who waited at a window, the joy of laughter in a long-forgotten garden, all of it flooding through her small heart, like sunlight through glass. She didn't speak. She couldn't, but she listened, and when she returned to her village, she was changed. She whispered stories to the wind. She touched plants, and they grew straighter. She placed her hands on the sick, and they felt calmer, lighter. She was never loud. She was never proud. She was just quietly magic. Years passed. Ellen became a woman, then a memory herself, and in her honor, the villagers began to build a place of peace, a castle atop the mountain where she once wandered. They built it not to conquer, but to remember. Stone by stone, they placed their gratitude into the walls, their hope into the windows, their dreams into the towers. And when it was done, the flame rose from the lake and settled in the castle's heart, not trapped, not tamed, but welcomed. It would rest there, waiting for the next listener. You. The story fades, but its warmth stays. You stir gently in the soft bedding of the guardian's chamber. Your breathing is slow. Your thoughts are as light as feathers. The castle hums a lullaby around you, each tone tuned to your very soul. Outside, the night deepens, the stars drawing constellations you've never seen before, not because they weren't there, but because only dreamers like you can see them. One sparkles brighter than the rest. It's shaped like a flame. You smile. The kazoo sighs once more, and a final gift unfurls beside you. A book, wrapped in velvet. On its cover, your name. You open it. Inside are no words, only blank pages, waiting for your dreams. The castle has told its story. Now, it waits for yours. Let your breath be steady. Let your mind drift gently. Let your sleep be deep, and your heart ever alight. Because here, you are always home. A gentle breeze whispers through the peaks of Mount Celesta, carrying with it the sweet scent of ancient pines and the faint echo of Ellen's tale. The guardian flame beside you seems to pulse in time with the rhythm of the mountain, a silent heartbeat echoing the very essence of this sacred place. The chamber, bathed in the soft glow of twilight, feels like a haven woven from starlight and dreams. Outside, the world slips into a velvety darkness, punctuated by the playful dance of fireflies and the soft chirping of nocturnal creatures. Within you, a profound calm settles, a stillness that allows the whispers of the castle to reach your soul. It's as if the very essence of Mount Celesta is weaving its magic around you, enveloping you in a blanket of tranquility. The weight of the day, the burdens you carry, all fade into the background, dissolving in the face of this overwhelming serenity. As you close your eyes, you feel a gentle pull, a beckoning from the heart of the mountain. Your spirit, light and free, begins to rise. It dances on the currents of cosmic energy, swirling and dipping in a graceful ascent. Upward you go, leaving the confines of your physical form behind. You become one with the stars, gliding effortlessly through the vast expanse of the cosmos. Below you, Mount Celesta, a beacon of celestial energy, shines with an otherworldly glow. The guardian flame burns bright, a testament to the enduring spirit of Ellen and the countless souls who have sought solace and strength within these ancient walls. The constellations swirl around you, not just as distant points of light, but as living, breathing entities. They form shapes, tell stories, and guide your path through the cosmic dance. As you journey through the heavens, you feel a profound connection to the universe, a sense of belonging that transcends the boundaries of space and time. The very fabric of existence seems to resonate with your being, and you find yourself enveloped in a symphony of cosmic harmony. Then, as suddenly as it began, your journey ends. You return to your body, carrying with you the rejuvenating energy of Mount Celesta and the boundless wonders of the cosmos. The night deepens, the stars twinkle above, and a profound peace envelops you. In this sanctuary of dreams, time slows, worries fade, and the magic of the universe unfolds around you. The story of the flame beneath the lake echoes in your heart, a reminder of the enduring power of memory and the transformative strength of a single flame. You are part of this story now, a thread woven into the tapestry of Mount Celesta. And as the night progresses, you find yourself drifting into a slumber deeper than any you've known before. Your dreams, illuminated by the celestial glow of Mount Celesta, become a canvas for the universe to paint its wonders upon. Here, in the heart of the mountain, amidst the whispering stones and the dancing flames, you are truly home. Rest now. Let the cosmos cradle you in its embrace, and allow Mount Celesta to weave its magic around you. For here, at the peak of dreams, even the stars pause in their journey to sing you to sleep. The flickering light paints shifting patterns on the ceiling above. When the wind whispers outside, it sounds like a name. Is that you calling me? Do you want to come closer now? I have a story for you. The Room of Echoes lies at the heart of the castle, and yet it took me years to find it. You must wander through moonlit hallways and courtyards, overgrown with moss, until you reach a set of double doors made of dark oak. If you knock, no sound will answer. So instead, you must place your ear against the wood and listen for the rhythm of falling rain, the whisper of a waterfall far in the mountains, the susurrus of leaves beneath the summer sun. When you hear those sounds, the doors will open without your touch, and then you will know you've found the Room of Echoes. Within, the walls are bare, except for 3 unadorned pedestals, standing side by side. Above them, the ceiling slopes sharply to a point, and when you look up, you'll see a crack in the stone, narrow as a finger. A single ray of moonlight pours through it, illuminating dust motes, dancing in the air. It's not much, but it's enough. Enough for you to understand that this room is patient, still as the mountain itself, steadfast as the rivers that run through it, enduring as the endless sky above. In its patience, the castle reveals itself, and here, in the center of its being, I heard its voice for the first time. Welcome, child of the moon. Why have you sought me out? Are you weary of the chase? Does your reflection mock you? Bring your sorrows to my hearth, and I will mend them with starlight. Or perhaps you wish to learn more of me, to read the tales etched into my bones. I can show you wonders, memories, echoes of laughter, sorrow, and everything in between. Which tale would you like to hear first? If you ask to see its memories, it will begin to spin its many lives will pass before your eyes, faces you've known and loved, Some will be familiar, others utterly strange. All of them cradled by moonlight, all of them pieces of the castle's song. The tiles wove together, a picture of generations living and loving within these very walls, of children playing hide and seek in the courtyard, of lovers whispering promises in moonlit chambers, of kings making plans for tomorrow over crackling fires. Their joys, their fears, their hopes floated around me, wrapping me in the tapestry of their lives. Then, if you ask what happened next, it will take you on journeys across the land and through the stars. It will show you how these walls were raised and how the lives that unfolded within them became part of its own story. You will see brave knights charging into battle, healers tending to wounds, both seen and unseen, bards singing songs that made hearts soar. You'll watch as seasons turned into decades, decades into centuries, and yet the castle endured, adapting and growing, always welcoming new stories into its embrace. Or maybe you just want to sit with a castle in comfortable silence. That, too, is allowed. Eventually, when the last echo fades and the last memory sleeps, you will rise to leave the room. The doors will close behind you, sealing away the echoes, leaving you alone once more in the moonlit halls. And outside, the night deepens. The velvety sky shimmers with a million tiny pinpricks of light. The wind, once boisterous, now sighs through the trees like a contented beast. As you make your way through the labyrinthine paths, the castle seems to shift around you, revealing secret archways and hidden courtyards bathed in silver moonlight. In the distance, the faint strains of music drift towards you, carried on the wings of the night. A melody without a source, haunting and beautiful, beckons you forward. As you follow the enchanting tune, you arrive at the rose garden, a riot of color in the gloom. Moonlight glistens on dukest petals, painting the parterre in hues of amethyst, sapphire, and emerald. At the garden's heart, a fountain weeps silver tears into a pool of blackest obsidian, its surface disturbed by a silent breeze. Gazing into the water, you see reflections that are not your own, glimpses of ethereal figures dancing beneath the stars. They move with a grace that seems almost otherworldly, their forms half-remembered dreams. As you watch, mesmerized, the music swells, filling the garden with its bittersweet notes. With each measure, the figures in the pond swirl faster, their forms becoming more distinct, and then you recognize them. These are the echoes of those who have loved and lost, yearned and hoped, dreamed and dared within these very gardens. They dance to release their sorrows, to let go of their regrets, to celebrate the joy that once bloomed in their hearts. Their dance is ancient, timeless, and you are privileged to witness it. Tears well in your eyes, blurring the edges of the fountain's reflection. The melody rises to a crescendo, and then, as abruptly as it began, the music fades. The figures freeze in midair, suspended in a tableau of aching beauty. The fountain's flow stills, leaving only the echo of its song. And then, just as silently, the castle begins to stir. The windows flare with light, and whispers seem to emanate from the very stones themselves. It is as if the castle itself is awakening from a slumber as old as time. Drawn by an unseen force, you turn and make your way back to the castle, eager to discover what new wonders await within its luminous embrace. Before we reach the deepest chamber, one more story, one more truth. The castle shifts again. The ground beneath your feet grows cold. The air takes on a metallic taps, the taste of blood. The castle takes you back in time, not to its beginnings, but to its greatest pain. The courtyard of thorns. Before it was known as the Castle of Echoes, it was called the Castle of Thorns. It was a different place, ruled by a different heart, and it was cold and hard and filled with weapons. The king who walked its halls knew only power. His knights rode only for conquest. His lords and ladies schemed and fought. No music lingered here. No laughter echoed. There was only the clangor of steel and the rumble of thunder. And then she came, a young woman with hair like spun moonlight and eyes full of stars. Where she came from and how she found this place, no one knows. But when she laid her hand on the cold stone, the castle shivered. For the first time in its life, it felt something akin to warmth. She planted seeds in the courtyard. Thorns burst forth overnight, twisting and coiling around one another. Ivy snaked up the walls. Brambles grew heavy with sharp black berries. Honeysuckle spilled over the battlements. Wild roses bloomed in every color except red. And something changed. The castle softened, its edges blurred. It remembered a time before this hardness, before it knew war. Every day, the woman walked among the thorns, singing. Her voice was like running water, washing away the grime and the grime. Little by little, she chipped away at the castle's armor, layer by layer, until it felt light, airy, free. For the first time, the castle understood what it could be: a haven, a sanctuary, a home. But the king hated it. He cut down the thorns with his own hands, screaming that beauty had no place here. The woman stepped in front of him, shielding the plants with her body. The king struck her down. Blood blossomed on her chest, staining the thorns crimson. And as she fell, she whispered, "In death, all things return to the earth. Let the thorns grow thick. Let the roses bloom deep. Let the honeysuckle climb high. Let the ivy hold fast. Let the brambles catch the light. And let my song echo through these walls forever." And so it is that when you walk the courtyard now, you smell the sweet scent of honeysuckle. You feel the roughness of bramble stems beneath your fingertips. You hear the rustle of ivy leaves in the wind. And if you listen closely, you may just catch the echo of her song. Welcome back. Those who dwell in the twilight between worlds often hear whispers of a place tucked beneath the roots of the world tree, known simply as the stillness. It is said to be a realm where time itself slows to a gentle peace. Many have sought it out, hoping to find solace from a world that moves too fast. But only those who stand, ready to embrace stillness, can hope to find it. In this episode, we'll lead you through that very journey. So if you're ready to slow your breath and ease into the quiet, let us begin. The air has thickened, not with heaviness, but with a soft, ancient hush all around you. The familiar sounds of the world fade into muffled echoes, as if the very air is swallowing all noise and leaving only silence behind. It feels like standing at the edge of a vast, deep ocean, not seeing for miles, not hearing for miles, feeling a strange pressure in your chest, as if something is reaching for you, pulling you under. You are now descending, not downstairs, but through layers of memory. Behind you, the castle grows fainter, its sounds and smells replaced by something older, something softer. Ahead, a faint light beckons like a firefly's glow. Trust that light. It is your path ahead. Move toward it, toward the deepening stillness. The walls around you change. Stone gives way to root. Above you, branches twist and turn, forming a canopy that filters the light into dancing beams on the forest floor. You walk now on a carpet of soft earth, cool against your skin, fragrant with the scent of petrichor and decaying leaves. Here, the sun's touch is gentle, dappled and green, painting shifting patterns on the walls. The air is heavy with moisture, and a fine mist hangs in the air, clinging to your clothes, blurring the edges of your vision. Strange shapes shift in your peripheral vision, and when you turn to look, you find only trees, silent and unmoving. Torchlight gives way to candlelight. Flickering shadows play across the walls, and the air grows warmer, cozier, inviting. Look up now. Above you, the canopy is filled with thousands of tiny lights, each a luminescent fungus clinging to the underside of a leaf or a twig. Together, they form a starry ceiling that rivals the night sky above. Their soft glow paints the forest floor in shades of blue and green, making the towering trees look delicate, almost alien. And here, finally, the light widens. The path opens into a vast cavern. Before you lies a sea of luminous veins, thick and glowing, running like starlight along the tunnel walls. Some pulse with a soft, steady rhythm. Others flicker and dance with erratic energy. At their center, a single point of light shines brighter than the rest, beckoning, calling, waiting. This is beneath the castle, older than its towers, older than its first stone. These caverns were not carved, they were discovered. The castle was built above them after the caverns had been here for years. Maybe decades, maybe centuries. No one knows for sure. And though many have wandered here, few remember how they got in or how they ever left. So go now to that point of light. Let your feet fall slowly, your steps as light as a feather drifting through air. This is no ordinary place. It is a sanctuary untouched by time, unsullied by human hands. The air is still here, thick with the secrets of ages past. Here, the silence sings. When you step onto the ground, it is not cold. It feels like silk-wrapped soil, soft, giving ancient. Feel its coolness on your bare arms. The faint vibration that seems to emanate from the very core of the earth. As you move, the glowing veins seem to pulse in time with your footsteps, guiding you deeper into the earth's embrace. And there is a sound here, a deep resonant hum that seems to vibrate in your chest. It is a song without melody, a rhythm without beat, yet it fills the cavern with an ancient pulse, a reminder that the earth's heart beats on regardless of the world above. Now inhale, breathe deeply. Can you smell it? That scent of damp earth, old parchment, a flicker of thyme or lavender, a hint of moss and rain. This place is alive, and it remembers everything. Long before the castle stood above, a woman named Eluin lived in these caves. She was a keeper of memories, not just her own, but everyone's. People would visit her, bringing only their silence, and she would listen. Not 2 words, but 2 hearts. She believed every sorrow, every joy, every secret left a trace in the air, and so she caught them. With woven strands of silver moss, she created memory globes, small glowing orbs that held the essence of what people could not say out loud. Some pulsed, warm like lullabies. Others flickered with grief, like candles in the rain. Then one day, she said nothing, just stood in the center of the chamber and held her palms open. From the earth itself rose a seed of glowing quartz. She buried it in the heart of the cavern, surrounded it with the memory globes, and whispered, "Let the heart remember, even when the mind forgets." And then she became still. Her body faded, not as death, but as returning. And from where she stood, the cavern bloomed. Roots grew from stone. The glow of moss deepened, and the heart chamber was born. And so you find yourself here, in the very center of that chamber, enveloped by the timeless stillness. The walls curve around you like a womb, a protective, sheltering space that cradles you in its depths. And in the center floats the quartz seed, still glowing softly, a beacon in the heart of the earth. Around it, dozens, maybe hundreds of memory globes drift like fireflies. Each flickers with a life of its own, pulsing, whispering, waiting. Some hum with a deep, resonant tone. Others whisper with a high, sweet chime. Some are completely still, holding their breaths, waiting for someone like you to remember what they hold. As you stand here, you feel a pull, a gentle tug on your heartstrings, drawing you forward. You step closer to the globes, and as you do, the humming intensifies. You reach out a hand, and as your fingers touch the glass, a sudden burst of light and warmth envelops you. Inside the globe, you see a memory, a moment from your own life, a kindness you offered long ago, a laugh you forgot ever echoed, a dream you once held close. As you watch, you remember. You feel the warmth of that moment spread through your chest, chasing away the coldness that's clung to your heart. You don't need to speak, just breathe, and the globe pulses with warm, gold light. It remembers you, and as you stand here, surrounded by these glowing memories, you realize that you are remembered too. The warmth spreads through you, chasing away the loneliness that shadowed your steps. For here in the stillness, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. The castle holds every part of you, even the ones you forgot, and now it offers them back to you, wrapped in the light of 1,000 memories. Before you now, the quartz seed throbs with a soft, steady light, beckoning, calling, waiting. Step closer to it. Bend down and rest your forehead against its smooth surface. Feel the thrum in your chest. It is the castle's heartbeat. It is your heartbeat. It pulses, not with urgency, but with stillness. A rhythm that says, you have done enough. You have carried so much. It is safe now to let go, to rest. And so you do. You sit, you breathe, you allow the warmth to seep into the places you've kept hidden. The roots of the world tree run deep, deeper than any wound, deeper than any scar. They hold you, cradle you, offer you peace. Here the silence is not empty. It is full of memories, full of love, full of peace. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. And when you are ready, you will rise again, stronger, wiser, more whole. You will ascend once more to the highest tower, to where the stars wait with their final secret. But for now, rest in the glow. Feel yourself soften. Feel yourself sink. Feel the earth's embrace enveloping you in its timeless stillness. We're back. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Please tell me in the comments if you liked it. Did you find it relaxing? What did you think about the ending? I'm always happy to hear your thoughts. This is the third and final part of our journey, and you will need the 2 previous parts to fully understand the experience. If you haven't joined me already, I encourage you to do so and come along for this full experience. You rise slowly from the heart chamber, as if lifted by breath itself. There is no rush. The air does not urge you. It cradles you. The path ahead glows softly. Each step you take feels lighter, as if memory itself is helping you climb. You ascend through layers of time, layers of stone, layers of self. The whispering air of the cavern becomes the warm hush of hidden hallways, then the cool serenity of forgotten stairwells. And finally, after time has become irrelevant, you emerge. You are standing in the highest tower of the castle. No one has been here for centuries, yet nothing is broken. Not a stone out of place, not a single cobweb. It is as though time was asked to wait here, and it obeyed. The windows are open to the sky, and oh, that sky, a velvet ocean of midnight, scattered with stars, like stories unspoken. You can hear the wind, but it is not wild. It is gentle. It sings. You walk toward the window, drawn by that music, and then you see it. Far below, the village sleeps, its rooftops silvered by moonlight. Beyond it, forests rustle, rivers whisper, mountains hum in their dreaming silence. But what captures you is the sky above. The stars are not just twinkling. They are dancing, moving ever so slightly in patterns that feel like lullabies for the soul. And then you feel it. A presence behind you, not threatening, not even surprising. It is comforting. You turn slowly, and there she is, Alun, the keeper of memories, the spirit of the castle, the whisper beneath all silence. She does not speak. She only smiles. And then she lifts her hand, just one finger. She points, not at the stars, but at you, at your chest, at your heart. And in that moment, you feel the truth, like a soft bell ringing through your being. You were the castle all along. Every chamber, every stair, every whisper. Your story was never lost. It was simply waiting for you to remember. She places something in your hand. Small, warm, glowing. A final memory globe. Inside it, a moment that has not yet happened. Your next great kindness. Your next deep peace. Your next dream. She closes your fingers around it and gently guides your hand to your chest. And then she fades not away, but into you. And with that, the stars stop dancing. They become still, because they are watching you now, listening, waiting. You lie down on the stone floor of the tower. It is not cold. It is the perfect cradle. The stars above, the castle below, the breath within, all is in harmony. And as your eyes begin to close, you hear the last whisper. The secrets are safe now. You may rest, dreamer. And when you wake, you'll know where to begin again. Let yourself drift now. No longer searching, no longer holding. The old castle holds you. You are home. Sleep well. Dream deep. The story is complete, but yours has just begun. If you found this experience relaxing and would like to support my work, please consider making a donation or buying one of my albums. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. It means a lot, and thanks for listening. And until next time, may your day be filled with a little more magic. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. It means a lot. And thanks for listening. And until next time, may your day be filled with a little more magic.